gentlemen, welcome to Samson's World. This is a very, very special episode. I have a St. Louis legend, a Hollywood icon. This man, you've seen him in a lot of movies. You've seen him stand up and this and that. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my good friend, Mr. Joe TORRY. Sorry, Joe. That was a little lackluster, but you got the applause is still coming in.
I got the crickets. I got the the full board. Everybody. The crickets are cheering too. So you know. The
crickets are cheering. Listen to us.
Yeah. There they go. Hey, yay! They love me. I love the insects, the bug world.
Yeah, you gotta love the crickets, man. You gotta. You know, that was something Chris Spencer, David Arnold always passed down to me. You know, love the silence. You know, getting comfortable in the silence on the stage when they're not laughing.
Have
you know?
Yeah. Have you heard? I guess Joe Coy's take on that.
Yeah. No. What is it?
When I told him that the first time,
I'm sure you told everybody, and then they say it's their shit, right?
Oh, no, Joe Coy was saying, everybody has their moment, and when you gotta relax and be comfortable with the silence. You know what I'm saying? I said, you can let them enjoy you. You know what I'm saying? In between it, that's when you get them at the palm of your hands. When you can, you can bring them up, you can bring them down, you can make them listen. You can, so be comfortable with silence sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're building a story. And I think I learned that from the old school comics, Richard Pryor, Dick Gregory, George Carlin, especially Richard Pryor when he was building that. Remember that scene? He was building he was in Africa, and he was talking about how he saw the cheetah, and the cheetah was looking at the deer, and he made it all quiet, like he took you down. He's like, and then it was in the bushes. And he took your whole mind. Like the thing was whispering, and he took his time with the joke, and then he was like, wow. I felt like I was in the bush with him.
Right. That's the amazing part, I guess, about a great comedian is being able to take you on that what they're visualizing, making you see it too in a way.
Exactly, man. Exactly. There we go.
So, Joe, let's get back into it. So, not everybody knows, but we had taped a previous episode, and what ended up happening is I was not aware, but my kids had a short day, so they were calling in the middle of the show. So I apologize to Joe for that disrespect, but we are back now. And so I want to kind of start back where we did on the other show, where we talked about, because what I had learned from that last show was I had thought you had done Def Comedy Jam, but leading up to the movie Poetic Justice. And the truth was a lot of those things came after that Poetic Justice was one of the, is that correct?
No, it was almost
because there was the Remember the Time video that we were talking about.
The Remember the Time video came first.
Okay, that came first, which honestly I didn't really realize that, and that was interesting because I thought that was more like, dang, he had done this, and that, and then he was chosen to do that video. But talk to us about the Remember the Time video. Let's start there.
That was the first project I did with John.
John Singleton.
John Singleton, he directed that. So then the first one was that. So I think that we started that. I think it was January of '93, something like that. Yeah. So and then and that's when I was big. I was like 205, 210 pounds maybe.
Right. You were. Yeah. Joe was like
Jackie Jack. I was next to tiny. You know what I'm saying on there. But then I was like, I gotta lose some weight. For Poetic Justice, just for the film, because I saw how much more it added to me. So by the time Poetic Justice came on, and then John said, "Yeah, you might need to lose a little weight." And I was like,
and they say it in that nice way, like, "Yeah, maybe."
Well, I was trying to play for the Raiders still. I didn't, that was still
really
young,
so professionally. Man. You were that good.
Yeah, I was, I'd given up, but I still had football weight on me.
Oh,
I didn't have movie star weight. You know what I'm saying? I still had this is real thing. You got to lose weight to get in and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my first major films. But I knew in that film, especially when I had to have my clothes off and stuff like that.
Yeah, you want to look, as an actor, I can fully relate to that. If you're ever going to have your shirt off or something, you want to be in... Like, you want to be starving for the month before, so your six-pack is there.
It's a trick to it. You don't want to be starving.
I don't mean starving. I'm just exaggerating.
Well, back then in that day, I could, give me 2 weeks, and then I got it. You know what I'm saying?
You could get,
what? Yeah, I was young, but
right.
Now, It's like, yeah, give me 2 years.
I'll be ready.
I'm trying. I've been trying to get there for the last, and that's why you see some people that work on their projects. He's like, nah, I've been working on this project for like 3-4 years because they have to get in the right body shape. You know what I'm saying? The right
Yes,
body
yeah, to the
style.
character. Yeah, I mean, you see people like Christian Bales who will like lose 100 pounds and then gain it back to.
Well, and if the in between projects, they got to look a certain way for this project.
Right,
and then
right.
Got to go right into the next project. So can't look like I'm a big scrappy, gladiator. And then next film,
Right.
I'm playing, a sick worm. You know what I'm saying?
Sick worm. Yeah.
It's like, what happened?
Now,
It's the hell of dieting you doing.
so tell people though about Remember the Time, the Michael Jackson video, directed by John Singleton. Eddie Murphy was in it. Who else was in it?
A lot of famous people was in it. What's her name? The model was in it. Iman.
Right, Iman. Yeah,
Iman, she was in it. Vivica Fox was in it.
Yeah, Vivica. man.
Who else? I mean, as far a lot of actresses was in it. Big Les was in it. Her and Fatima. Big Les is one of the dancers. Fatima, famous Fatima. She did the dance, set up the whole choreograph for the whole thing. And then who else? As far as actresses, we're Tiny.
Oh yeah,
And then you had Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was in it.
Mm-hmm. No, that was
Behold, the
yes,
great,
yeah.
terrible actor, me, Magic Johnson.
Yeah. No, was that before Friday? Was that before Friday?
Yeah, all that was before Friday.
Before Friday. Okay. Yeah. And so, how did you get cast in that? If you like, what did you done before that?
Well, the only really thing I had done was Talking Dirty After Dark. Do you remember that? That was Martin Lawrence's first film.
Okay.
Yeah, so Talking Dirty, Topper Carew did it. He directed it, his manager. And everybody was in that film. Rodney Winfield, that was Martin. And that film got me Taft Hartley. They got me in the union. Because the next film after that was Strictly Business. So did that in New York, and then they came looking for those dues too. Yo, Joe Torre on the set, got to pay your dues. You're in union now, boy.
Oh yeah, they come for that.
And took my check too. Took it. Okay, that's how much you getting. We're gonna take half of that. Like, whoa, gangster. Sam Jackson's like, yeah, you got to pay your dues, boy. I've been in this business for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just new. I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, they come and take that money. You think you're
They
rich?
came looking for me on set.
Yeah.
I was
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
New
Like
York.
I'm trying to act here.
Like, well, before that, sign these papers. Yeah, okay, well, and we'll take your check. I was like,
hilarious.
oh, damn. Anyway, I'm in a union. I got, I had to tell my second speaking line.
Okay, and so and in the video, so you got to talk to Michael Jackson. What kind of was he? Pretty cool.
Hey, Michael was cool as fuck, man. Cool as fuck. He was making jokes in between, laughing and giggling and shit, walking around with no security.
Yeah.
Mike was surreal.
Wow, that's great. And I've heard too, just recently, that he didn't really always talk like this. He would kind of he would drop it down and talk like a man.
What the fuck kind of impersonation was that? He didn't talk like that. No, exactly. You missed fired on that one.
Okay, sorry about that.
His voice was so clear most of the time. I see him behind you. He was like, who's this girl behind me? It's me, Michael. He was like, his voice sounded like an angel the first time.
Yeah,
the first time he was behind me and I was looking at some of the sitting in the chair looking at some of the playback with John. And he had walked up behind me. Somebody sit up and put their hands on the chair, and he was just talking to Michael. And I was playing with, I don't know what the hell I was doing back there, but then I was like, I just got this eerie feeling, like, like my tingling, and I was like, his
aura. You felt him
aura. You felt
coming
like
up.
The energy. And
where was this
and
again?
This was Remember the Time video.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay.
On the set, because I was always trying to learn.
Okay,
so
yeah.
looking at the camera, and wherever John was, I was trying to, how's this camera set up, and what they doing over there, and and then how you sit down with this, and what this camera mean, and what this focus and lens, and the playback, and what they talking about, and learn all that lingo.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I would go and just be on the set. I'm not even working. Can I come here?
Yeah, but that's smart. That's how you learn.
Hold Bubbles. Bubbles
Did you ever get to hold?
You got weed on you, man.
Did you ever get to hold Bubbles?
Yeah, for a couple. Yeah, Bubbles was cool. Bubbles was dressed better than us though.
Of course.
Yeah, Bubbles had on some. Back then, he had some overalls with gold chain, the gold tooth, the watch. Yeah, for real, Rolex. Bubbles was pimping. I was like,
hold on, Bubbles for real had a Rolex. You're not joking
Bubbles
at all.
had on a gold chain watch. Bubba was looking around like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm tripping. Y'all good? Playback. Let me watch this playback. Get up out my seat. I'm here to watch Michael.
Okay, that's crazy.
It was in the chimp voice.
Yeah. The chimp actually taught him the moonwalk, I heard.
Well, you know the moonwalk. The moonwalk, that's an old thing from back in the day.
Yeah,
I
the
forgot that
moonwalk's
old
old. Yeah,
that
yeah,
old-
it
the
is.
moonwalk was.
No, it's probably the Native Americans maybe. They've been moonwalking.
Moonwalk.
I don't know. What the fuck
Hey,
I'm talking
Mike
about.
probably called it the moonwalk.
Yeah, there you
He's
go.
probably the
That-
first
well,
one that you know.
you know?
he labeled it something.
I
It's,
think
you know,
branding, it goes to show how important branding is.
well, it's like okay, like who made up dance? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Who's the first
right.
person that said this is a dance and then a dance move?
I don't
And then you
know.
got to label it something. Okay,
Right,
well,
and
that's
call
the
it
Dougie.
something. Right.
Yeah, that's the uppity, or that's the funky chicken.
True.
Or that's the that's the wop, or that's
That's
the bop,
true.
or that's the duck, or that's
Yeah.
sprawl, or that's the meme.
Yep.
Yeah, and then
The
you,
Soldier Boy, yeah,
then
wherever,
You just
down
gotta
the
call
line.
it something. So Mike was like, well, they've been doing that, but what they call it? I'm calling it the moonwalk.
The moonwalk. It is. And to
he
walk
just kept
on the
doing
moon. Yeah.
And you just keep doing it till people think it's yours. Keep
Right, he
doing it,
did. He did it to Billie Jean, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you just keep doing it till you think of yours.
until you know. Yeah.
been out to Billie Jean.
And the first person that saw it was, if you just in my, oh, what is that he's doing?
That shit was crazy.
I'm doing the Michael Jackson. That ain't the Michael. That's the old Benny Hinney.
Right.
I don't
Wasn't it-
know Benny Hinney.
Wasn't it on the Soul Train Awards or something? Was that the first time he did it, where he did the
No,
moonwalk?
I think he
or
did it in
was
the
on
video.
some- or-
He did it in the video.
well, right, but when it got famous is that one appearance he did. I don't know. And here's
Oh
something
no,
else.
that was the Grammys.
This is off the top, but I was just watching Joe Rogan, and he said that Michael Jackson was castrated by his parents chemically, and that's how he kept his voice so hee. Do you think that's true, or is that
It's
bullshit?
Joe Rogan. That sounds like one of Joe Rogan's jokes.
Some-
Try the jokes. Tell Joe to put some syrup, put something on that. Put something on the joke.
Yeah,
His joke needs an infusion of
yeah.
liquids. His joke's
So dry.
Dry. Come on, please.
All right.
Really.
So Joe, moving on. Let's talk a little. We talked Poetic Justice. People love that movie. It's iconic. Tupac, especially recently with what the killer was found. Am I wrong about that?
Well, the last bunch of killers. So if it should,
Right, it was
So if supposedly, you know who killed the person, but I mean, you're a conspirator. You were in a car, and you hand them a pistol, and so it's like, okay, well, I mean, why are you still, for 30 years or 27 years, you've been telling the same story,
Right.
I'm saying, but you've been telling it on yourself. Mm-hmm. So if you are the last one living,
Right.
everyone else is dead, so they can't prosecute them.
Right,
They can't
right.
go to jail. Well, somebody got to go to jail. And if you're in the car, if you're in the car and somebody steals something, or somebody kills somebody, y'all you guys are drunk. I mean, they're gonna, you guys are liable with it. You're in the car.
Right. Yeah. Guilt by
Yeah,
association.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So they were all on the same mission, knew what they were going to do. Nobody said, "Let me out the car." I never heard that. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So if all of that went on, I never heard that story. Like one of them, oh man, we going to do that. No, don't do it. I never heard that. So it's like basically, I mean, you kind of told on yourself, and then these laws, man, have changed now. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, come on.
How do you how old were you when you did Poetic Justice?
I think it was 25, 26, something like that.
That's crazy. So you were pretty much were you younger than Tupac at that time, or
on,
you were
man.
you
No,
were older at that
Tupac
time?
turned 21 during
Because
the movie.
he died
20.
almost when he was 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he turned 21 during the movie.
Okay. Wow.
So I was and he was at my 28th birthday party. So
Wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
and
Okay.
we were celebrating Poetic, and been out, because the movies didn't come out for like another year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I mean, now it's funny. Movies come out so much faster, don't they, than they used to?
Oh well, now they have to.
Yeah, now they have to, but I just feel like it used to be,
demand. Well, you used to, because it was, you had to get them in the theater. They stayed in the theater
Yeah.
2-3 months. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? At least 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You had to
Yep.
stay in there, and people. It was the lifestyle was slower then.
Yeah, totally.
You only had like
More
5
patient.
channels. You know what I'm saying? If you had cable.
Yeah.
And then you had to wait for the movies that you missed that was in the movies, you know what I'm saying, to come on the cable station. If you
Yeah.
missed it, because you're like, I missed Star Wars.
Right,
so
but
now
you'd have to
HBO
wait
Max
forever.
watching all this stuff.
Right.
So you didn't have to wait. Or you get the DVD, and you have the DVD player, and you get the Star, you get the
Right.
VHS player, and then, that's when on demand and all this stuff,
Right, yeah.
streaming. And
then your
people
DVD gets scratched and you're fucked, you know?
But then people start coming out with their own original programming. So it's like,
True.
okay, instead of waiting for the movie, and we got all the best movies that you couldn't see.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't go rent them anymore, or Redbox them, or what was it? What was the thing? Not before.
Well, I
after
mean, I guess
Redbox.
Netflix with the DVDs, and then that turned into Netflix, obviously.
Well, I mean, they all came from, from
Blockbuster.
Not Netflix, Redbox to Blockbuster.
Right. Redbox is what I did to that girl last weekend. Who?
Is that what it was? Look at you, man. And
So what was it like? You were at Tupac's 21st birthday?
He turned 21 during the movie.
So they were just celebrating. That's just so
He
crazy.
bought a Cherokee car. He couldn't drive. He was driving all through Cherokee Jeep, driving all through Griffith Park, about to kill us. He was because they brought it on the set of the movie. His brother's
yeah.
no preem in them. And
Yeah.
so that's a story I tell, but it was hilarious to
Well,
know that.
and we forget too, Janet too. It's just crazy working with two kind of iconic 90s artists. That,
Janet, Michael. Michael was first.
Yeah, I mean,
then
think
it was
about
Janet.
that. That's crazy,
She was
man.
like, "Joe was my brother, Joe."
Man.
And I was like, he sounds just like you, only your booty's fatter. And
Did you-
And you got some titties. I didn't say that. I'm sorry, Janet. I just
Well, Justin Timberlake told all of us about her titties, so we saw them.
he told all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Now, do you ever think
you saw just a little piece.
we saw a little piece of it? Joe saw it all. Now, do you ever feel just blessed that just allegedly, like out of St. Louis, that you were able to kind of achieve so much? Did you have a vision from a young kid that this is the life that would happen, or like at what point did you say, okay, I want to do comedy?
Well, you know what? People have. I'm. Would you say visionary and all that stuff? But yeah, I kind of paint the way I want to. Paint out the way I want to go. I was having a conversation with. Oh, wait a minute. Here it goes. Name drop.
Drop that name.
Marshall Falk. Playing golf with him a couple weeks ago.
Oh shit, Marshall Falk. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Marshall Falk.
Of course, from the St. Louis Rams,
St.
Super
Louis
Bowl
Rams, Hall of Famer,
2000.
Marshall Falk.
Yeah. Ooh,
You know what I'm saying? Super Bowl champion, all that good stuff. It was playing golf over at Delmar, his establishment. I was up there doing a show not too long ago with also another St. Louisan, Lavelle Crawford.
Oh shit, Lavelle Crawford's he's hilarious.
He's hilarious. Samoa, she was
That's
also on the
hilarious.
show. Bruce was also on the ticket.
Okay,
It's the Festival of Laughs up
Got
in San
it.
Diego. So
Okay.
I stayed over and had a little chat with my good buddy, Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk. What type of accents are we doing now, Jack?
I did 2 or 3 of them right there.
2 or 3 of them, yeah. I'll try and do them with my son, and then I'll be like, yeah, it's hard. I'll be like, g'day, mate. I'll start an Australian accent, and then I try to go to a British accent, but
Yeah. Well,
isn't it funny how they can do our accents so much better than we can do theirs? I feel like, you'll see like that dude on Snowfall, he's like, oh my God, yes, thank you, Jimmy. It's a pleasure being the lead. I actually hung out with real gangsters. And then
gangsters.
And then on the show, he's just like, yeah, man, what the fuck happened to Boo Boo?
Like Idris Elbows and all them. Because when you're comfortable talking
Right.
with me, then people are like, where's your voice come from? And I'm a mixture of a military brat.
Right, yeah, because
So
you guys
if you
moved
can
around
hear
a lot.
it, you're able to do it, just like a good singer. And some, not everybody from, if you from over the pond, you hear a lot of different dialects too. Because the
True,
African,
you're
the
exposed
African
to more.
tone and the French tone comes to you more because you're more. Should I say? You're more primed to hear a lot more dialect, especially in New York. A lot of New Yorkers do a lot more African or Jamaican accents better.
Yeah.
You know
Blup,
what I'm
blup.
saying?
Yeah,
Blup,
they're
blup.
more,
You know what I'm
man, like Puerto Rican.
But they don't
and-
do country accents well.
No, New Yorkers, they cannot.
Because you hear them because the
They're
pork and the
Yankees,
core.
you know?
It's the
Yeah.
pork and the core come out of that. So you know what I'm saying? So
Right, yeah.
They cut the words out.
Yeah,
So-
you don't see Jeremy Renner doing a lot of that.
Well, I mean,
I'm
but then you
joking,
don't see, but it's a difference. It's a difference in accents when you like the South. You see a lot of people that can do the South. Have been to the South. Have been to the South, and they understand the difference between New Orleans South. You know what I'm saying? Shorty there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
New Orleans, I like y'all down here. We don't talk very good, but
No, they talk. They talk.
they
very
talk
well.
good. But I'm trying to, and I'm not doing this very
you're
well.
not
All
doing
right,
it very well.
how about I can do white Southern man? Well, that wasn't a black. That was a white.
I don't know
That was a
what the hell
white
you be
Creole.
trying
That
to
was a
do.
white Creole right there. Here's
was you
a
trying
Nate
to
Bar. Guess
do
what? Y'all don't know what you're talking about now. We've been living down here in the deep of Missouri for a long time.
See, then you stick to what you know.
How was that?
See, Nashville, that was good.
Nashville,
You
okay,
Nashville.
that was better. Let me hear. Can you do
you're
Creole?
Missouri right out there.
Right. Yeah, that's some Missouri. We say,
you're
we say
Missouri.
Missouri.
Because you got to know the dialect of where they came from.
We say highway farty. Like my dad says, instead of 40, he says farty.
40.
He says, and sharts. He says,
Where's your dad from, though, originally?
Missouri. He was born in Missouri.
Born and raised, what part?
But
What
he
part?
also went to Florida. I don't know, just Ladue, Whiteville.
Okay, Whiteville. He's born and raised. Where's his parents from?
I think I think Ladue. They grew up in St. Louis too. I don't know.
Stop it. Where? Because what are you? What's your nationality? You're not just
Ukrainian.
Not pure white.
I mean, yeah. No, I'm not pure white. Can't you tell?
Exactly. I mean, nobody's pure white. They don't make them no more.
No. Seriously, I'm from.
You got to
the
go
rare,
to the blue-eyed land for that. Blue-eyed Iceland and shit.
I went to Iceland and I got the pure-eyed white blood and I came back with it.
We got to go to the Netherlands where they make pure white people.
I'm in search of the pure white blood, please. Yeah, we're not
Ice
giving
Kings.
that shit out. I had to battle ice queens and kings and steal that
It's
shit.
blue-eyed, the blend of the blue-eyed white people. Searching for them.
Searching for them.
Something but they're there. Somebody buried in the Icelands.
The Icelands. So, what was after then Poetic Justice for us in the timeline of Joe Torry?
What did I do, Poet? I think I did Strictly Business or something after that. But I always bounced around. I did videos.
And tell the young folks and all the folks Strictly Business about that.
That was a comedy film with Holly Berry.
Oh, wow.
But was Holly Berry? I think Strictly Business was before Poetic Justice. Yeah, Strictly Business was before that.
So,
I'm talking
it was
about
before.
Sprung. Sprung was after that.
Sprung,
So
okay.
Strictly Business was Holly Berry, Tommy Davidson, Sam Jackson. And that was before, actually, because I did Talking Dirty After Dark. Sorry, then I did Strictly Business. And that's when Strictly Business is where I came from an audition, met at Robert Reed's house, met back up with John Singleton. John Singleton used to hang out in the comedy club. And
So John Singleton really loved you.
he did. He was the only reason why I was in Poetic Justice. He saw me in the comedy club, the Comedy Act Theater. Saw me on stage, told me, "You're funny, man. I'll put you in a movie." And he thought I was from Chicago because my accent,
Interesting.
the cowboy
Okay.
and the boots.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm from St. Louis. He said, "Yeah, well, Chicago sound better in a script." So,
Well, that's true. It is. But a lot of us are from St. Louis, but we could, the Chicago accent is similar. A little.
yeah, or that attitude, or where you from, Midwest type
Yeah,
of thing.
Midwest,
and
yeah.
part- and he was like, well, in St. Louis, so Chicago went better. So he wrote that name into the script. He wrote it around me.
Wow, that's crazy. And
Yeah, he had the thing in mind, but he was like, "You perfect. I'm writing this character," and da 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 da. And I didn't believe him at the time.
How long of a set do you think you did? And do you know where it
No,
was?
back
Like-
then I wasn't doing sets. I was in an improv group, and when he first saw me, so I would
wow,
get
that's
on-
crazy.
So
That's
yeah, so I would
interesting.
play these different characters, and I would come out, and then my character would always come out because we would warm up
Oh, wow.
for Robin Harris. So I would always get back, and he would like, so then he could see my acting.
So where was
raw
that
talent,
you
you know
guys
what I'm
were
saying?
opening for Robin Harris? Where was that?
The Regency West. So we would get 30 minutes to put on skits like they doing now. And we would do
Okay.
Up Your Street, Buddy
Right?
Lewis,
Yeah.
myself,
So that's
Kim
kind of where the
Tavares.
fat comedy players.
Yeah, that's where they came from.
That's where it originated
Yeah, that's
from.
where it came
Interesting.
from.
Of
Stolen.
course.
Now, come on. My brother stole everything.
Right, yeah.
Not stole, but
Yeah, but I get it.
borrowed and-
Yeah.
That's where the improv group came from. I mean, Second City. I'm the only one who kind of went to Second City.
Right,
know,
exactly.
I mean, I
in
was-
Chicago or where were
No,
you?
here.
Uh-huh.
Here. I wanted to go to Chicago. You heard about it, but then here I came here, and tried to go, but they were so corny, and I was so I went to a couple
Right.
classes. I was so far ahead. It was like
Right.
because I watched it. I always wanted to do this.
Interesting. So Robin Harris would do stand up, and you guys would do a half hour of sketches and improv before
him,
he would
or
come
yeah,
on.
but 30 to 40 minutes, we get that time, and we come out and be the comedy act players.
That is so fun.
And we made the magazine, and then that's when agents used to come see him and was like, "Yo, who is you? Who's your manager?" And they would see me, and it was like, yeah,
Wow,
okay.
because Robin Harris was so hot, they were coming out to see you guys.
But they would see us, and I would always get a card, and always get an agent or somebody from the studios, some productions to kind of, who's
crazy.
that guy? Because I would be in just like every scene.
Wow, yeah, of course, yeah.
But that's the thing. But I'm playing different characters. But I'm like, to me, it was like the Smothers Brothers, Carol Burnett. What's the one? I'm dating
Mary
myself.
Tyler Moore or no? No.
Laughing.
Laughing, yeah.
Yeah,
Hee-haw,
I
I
mean?
remember
Yeah,
that shit.
so you play, you come up and Saturday Night Live, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you play these different, you're just doing a mini bit of it.
Wow, that's so. And who else? So you said Buddy Lewis was in the group. Who else?
Buddy Lewis, Kim Tavares, Crazy Sam, he's out in New York when he's
Crazy Sam. Okay.
Yeah, but the mainstay was myself, Buddy Lewis. We were the writers.
Okay. Shout out to Buddy Lewis. Buddy's he's
and then
he's
there's another frat brother of mine, a doctor. I forgot what you call it, doctor whatever. I forgot one of them, but he couldn't. And then we had another cat. We had people had to be straight men.
right. Exactly. Yeah.
And what's his name too? What's his name, man?
Did anybody else get cast out of it like you did?
Yeah,
or?
no. What's his name? Man, he's a big time actor too.
If I knew I'd be alive.
I know John. Come on, Joe.
John, is he
He's
white?
an actor.
He's
No,
black.
He's black.
He's black.
He's black, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to play white characters.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, back
we
then,
did
yeah.
them well.
Yeah, you didn't have many, you know.
And then none of them were coming to the hood, coming to the comedy act.
Right,
theater.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's part of it.
That's
Now, white people have to really choose to want to be in the black community and do comedy.
I mean, yeah, on a not on just a rental basis. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I don't mean that in a bad way. I've just realized that throughout my career that most white people, or I don't want to say most white people, but a lot of people choose to stick in their own communities of comedy, and also the white community of comedy is usually closest to related to a lot of the TVs and executives coming in the room.
Well, I always said you always got to keep it. See, my thing was when I got here, wherever they doing comedy at, I got to make them laugh because I looked at the world. So I didn't look at just making black people laugh because that was easy for me.
right,
I could
okay.
always talk about you, or that's simple.
Right, which is funny because for a lot of people, they would consider that to be more difficult.
I'm
You
saying I
know,
grew up around black people, so
Right,
that's
so
not
it's
how I make
easier.
laugh. I'm trying to get on Johnny Carson. I'm trying to
Right.
get on Talk to America. So this Indian, this Mexican, do you understand what I'm talking about? These white people,
Yeah.
am I not scaring you?
Right,
what I'm saying,
right.
What I'm saying to you. What do I have to say to you? So my thing was always to have an America set.
right in America, yeah, something, yeah, that's
Something that-
interesting.
Yeah, but I always can go talk to. I always go put my fucking gloves and go talk to black people. I'm
Right,
around
that's
them,
easy. Yeah, that's your bread and
It's
butter
easy.
in a
That's-
sense. Yeah. What do you?
It's like a Hispanic, talking, going back and forth, and then they say some Spanish stuff, and they got to come back and tell you,
Right,
like, well, this
yeah.
is what I was saying to my people.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Now, let me say something. This is interesting that happened recently at a show. I had white friends and family who were saying they couldn't understand a comedian, and I've had white people in the past say that they couldn't understand a black comedian, and it made me realize a little bit that it's, and they had even gone to the point to say, he should slow down, she should slow down.
Right.
And it brings up the point, like, no, it's you're the one who needs to acclimate or process faster. And I wonder what you kind of think about in the way of I'm trying to give a comedian who has a dialect that sometimes
Vernacular.
a vernacular, say it's somebody really deep country south or something, and it's that some people can't understand. And I find it's more white people who have said that I've heard in the past. And what do you think about that?
I mean, that's the same thing.
Like, because I feel like it's kind of
well,
ignorance, and when they
no,
were
no,
saying it to me out loud at a restaurant, it felt uncomfortable in a way.
Well, if they can't understand you, they can't understand you.
Right, but at some level, is that ignorance?
Listen,
you know?
listen. for what they've been exposed to, yeah, but not ignorance in a bad way.
Right.
Ignorance to the point where, I don't understand what opera is half the time. I got to go back and listen to it because it's so clear, but I don't know if you're singing another. Did you just say yes?
Yeah.
But you just said it
Yeah,
in
I
so
don't
many
know.
different octaves. I'm like, now is that ignorance on my behalf? No, my ears are not tuned
to it, yeah.
to that, to hear, or to hear languages that you haven't heard before.
Right. And I think it exposes it. Go ahead.
No. Have you been across the pond?
I've been across
have you
the
ever
pond.
heard somebody, a real Welsh person talk?
Right,
You can't even understand them. You're like, hey, and this is where my mom and go coffee to the South Carolina.
Honey, Cockney, Sonny, never shit, never name, I'll shit, never
I'm
name.
like, wow.
What the fuck?
So
Yeah, that's
over
a good
there,
point.
so over there, you're like, okay, I wanted to, it was to me fascinating to understand what they're saying, and then once my ear caught into, okay, just like when Jamaicans talk.
Joe, I was thinking
And
the
with
exact
them,
same
sometimes
examples.
You think they're saying something wrong, but they're
Yeah.
really just
You're a
stretching
rude boy.
out the road.
Rude, yeah.
They're just stretching out the road.
Yeah, you don't know what, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Blood, man, yes, Alan.
Blah, blah, blah.
You're gonna run me, man.
Right, that was a good one, Joe.
Yeah, you're like, what did he say?
Like, you owe me $1, man.
Yeah.
You owe me $1. You owe me $1, man.
Or did you say you was gonna rob me? Both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them.
I have that tuna, you want it.
You won't want that, yeah. But it's like unless your ear can catch it, then you got to give that certain first. Now I know that as a black person, because I'm this day and there, I can't understand some of what black people say.
I mean, I can't understand
like,
what
dude,
some white people
what are you
say.
talking about? I mean, especially in 2023 with people talking, you here, there, what you say here, for here, there, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
come on, really?
Right.
And it's your character, really? 'Cause,
I just call it kind of country. There's definitely a country
people
like,
trying to find a niche.
like Country Wayne has a definitely even
But he don't talk like that.
No, he has
He don't talk like that in meetings.
in what?
In meetings.
In me? Oh no, he's like, hi guys, I'm Country Wang. Hi, nice to
He
meet
doesn't sound like that either.
you. No, I don't want to even. I don't want to make fun of him. His career.
But Bernie Mac used to have the same problem.
Interesting. Yeah, I would think that's a
saying?
great example.
We used
Bernie
to,
Mac.
both our vernaculars. Matter of fact, on a show, when I did back in the day, Amen, one of the first shows I got, and what was the word? And I can enunciate stuff like that. But the word was what was the word, man? And
Bird. The bird is a
forgot
word.
the word, man. But the producer came to me and he said it was funny. But when you're writing these lines,
Yeah.
they're funny if everybody understands them. And then,
Right.
And then the writers, you had to hit that line.
Okay.
Because it was like, okay, it's not funny unless everybody understand it.
Yeah. I
So
get that.
so if I say if it's hey, if the joke is about a picture and you just say picture.
Yeah, Paxa. Well, a Pacha. Yeah.
But now 2 million black people may have understood what I said. But 10 million white people.
What? Sharon? What did he say? A picture? What's a picture?
Picture. Oh, okay.
Right. Oh,
so now
a
they got to get in the
picture.
way. Okay, this dude talk like that. So he's talking about a picture. Oh, now I can laugh. And that's not how sitcoms or comedy work.
Right. You
So it was
need
a
it.
word
You
they
need it
needed. They broke it
immediately.
down, and he said, "Just say it like me." And I said, "Oh." So once I heard the white person say it, I just said like a white person.
That's so crazy.
But me here knowing how a white person talk, like, oh, now I got it, because they broke
Right.
it down. They was like, break it down. The word, I forgot what the word was, man. It was something, and I was playing ice pick, and I kept saying it, and it was funny, and it's funny, and he said, yeah, just say it like that. And I said, and he said, just say it like this. And once I heard him say it,
Yeah.
I just, oh, okay, because I thought I was saying it right.
Yeah. What's funny is though, I mean,
And sometimes on auditions, you probably don't know. They won't tell you.
Right.
Because you come in there talking, okay, prime example. Jada Pinkett auditioned for Aisha.
Okay.
And even though John had Regina, but he still auditioned her. But she sounded like she's from Baltimore. He needed her to sound. He needed me to sound like I was from Chicago.
Okay,
I'm from
Midwest. Yeah.
Parker already knew how to sound the way he could sound.
Right. Pac was probably
Janet
like,
was taking lessons on how to cuss, and she could sound. She was already in California. You know what I'm saying? So, and Regina was the actress, and she already California. So that was, Smokey Book, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna get Jay to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, me with my, my whole style.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could tell it was okay, cool. It catered to me.
How big was Pac at that point during that movie?
As far as what? Height,
Size,
size,
no.
his weight?
Yeah,
He
250.
weighed like 165.
165.
Yeah.
No. How big was his career at that point of Poetic Justice? Was that because he was 21? So was that towards the beginning ish, or was he already a pretty huge rapper at that point?
No, he had I think an album out, his first album coming out. He had his rap group with him, because we all used to go see each other's shows. And then he had did Juice.
Oh right, yeah.
So he was going to see. So he was going through the Juice thing.
So Juice was before Poetic Justice.
And that Oakland incident had happened
What was the Oakland
with the
incident?
police and stuff.
What was that?
With the I think with the shootout or whatever that was. Yeah, he was going. We didn't know that happened. Like
Was
right
that the
before
first time he had gotten shot? Is that what you're talking about?
I think that's when, he got into it with the Oakland police. It was a shootout or something like that, or they was roughing him up or roughing somebody up. But I know one of those, was it Atlanta? One of those incidents with the police. I think it was, he got stopped or something like that. Whatever it was with the policeman, and I take it up at Oakland, that was the first incident, because he was stressed out. He was losing his hair. He was biting his nails. We didn't know that at the time.
Interesting. Yeah, that's
because you didn't get media like that.
Right.
By
Yeah,
the time
like
you
we
heard
get it
about
now.
that, the movie was almost, almost over with the movie. You know what I'm saying? It was like, but around that time, that thing had already happened.
Was he really that much of a kind of a gangster or whatnot? Like
No, he was an artist, man.
But was it more of an image? I guess is what I'm asking.
No, he was a black man. He was an artist. We respected, what his voice was. But if you happen to push me as a man, and a king, you're gonna get the fucking same reaction.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's everybody has a point. Some people are passionate. Some people are, he wasn't an introvert. So it's like, hey, you catch his fade. I can't talk it and don't walk it. I mean, no, he was. So from an artist, I'm gonna be a part by art. But this ain't gonna go in here and be Milli Vanilli. You go in here and fake like I can sing.
Right.
No, I gotta back this shit up. If I say I'm gonna ride with my boy, I'm gonna ride with my boy. If I say I'm gonna bust in your fucking mouth, I'm gonna bust in your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Probably on site. And,
site.
And not on a hate thing. It's just like when you're young.
Yeah,
you move like that.
Yeah, you move like that.
You're 20, you're 21. Okay, cool. I said it. Now I gotta act on it.
And what about? Now talk to us about Def Jam. When does Def Jam slide into this timeline?
Almost the same year as Poetic Justice. We were taping and filming, but Martin was doing it.
Martin was hosting it at that point.
Because that was Martin was hosting. So that was a nice big year to
Yeah, I can't imagine. And so how did Def Jam come about? Was that from who cast you? Was that Bob Sumner who cast you?
Robin Harris died, and they were looking for a host.
And Robin Harris was hosting it, you mean?
No, he was supposed to host it.
He was. And how did Robin Harris die?
A heart attack, 36. Yeah.
36. Yeah. I didn't realize he was that young.
Yeah, you thought he was older than that. He was young as fuck.
36. Yeah, that's so young.
With a whole movies and TV show, special. He's getting ready another special he's gonna do.
Because he had Bebe's kids at that
all
point.
That cartoon animation.
Yeah.
So we kind of he left the door open so wide. We all ran through that shit.
And what do you think about Robin Harris in terms of because you said you used to open for him? What kind of person was he?
To me, a confidant, a big brother. He took me in and taught me the ropes as far as how to do my comedy, make my style of comedy work.
How did you meet him though? Why did he take you under his wing?
Well, he's originally from Chicago. I think he was born there.
Oh, okay.
And he just liked my style. My energy. I came in.
Just hot. Yeah, I can only imagine young Joe Torry was St. Louis fresh.
Hey, I'm taking Dave's. I kiss no ass.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to learn. I'm in here all night. Let's go with it.
Right.
Okay, cool. That's what we rolling with.
Yeah, because I've hung out with you. Yeah. I've hung out with you recently when we did the show, and when we went to Shaq's birthday party. And I mean, Joe can go all night. I mean,
24/7, man.
Yeah,
Let's go.
24/7.
Let's
So
get
I
it.
can only imagine what like 25-year-old Joe was like. I mean, you must have been just
Well, I got here in
yeah,
'89,
with
so
the
that was
pythons too. You know, the big guns and everything. You know,
I think I was 23 when I got out here.
wow.
Yeah, 20,
And
20 yeah,
and
20.
how long after you got out did you get success? I mean, because that's pretty. Most people just that it doesn't happen like that fast. You know.
I mean, because I grinded though. I mean, it's like
I mean, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't, I sold vacuum cleaners by the day and tried to be on extra sets and be in the right places and learn the comedy clubs and where that at and drive there, and then go to 3 comedy clubs at night. I don't care if white, black, Mexican, open mic, whatever, they being funny. And then I would know where to put my time. But okay, what am I saying out here? Then I found my niche on, okay, this is what I'll start with, which is being new booty out here, learning about L.A.
Did you say new booty?
Being new booty.
What does that mean exactly?
Being new to L.A.
Just
when
new to
you're a fish
LA.
out of water. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My old shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about the fucking, I'm being confident and watching.
Right.
Oh, this new shit that everybody knows. Like,
Was that hard adapting from what you knew in St. Louis and all over to the whole lifestyle of '90s LA and everything, or did you find everything with St. Louis and your background matched up?
I mean, my hunger back matched up. When I got out here, I said, "I'll just see too easy.
You said what?
It's just gonna be too easy."
Oh wow! So you knew right away that you were just working way harder than everybody else was, or that's what you mean?
Working more harder, but then how are you not making it and you live here? I mean, hard as far as cracking in the business,
Right.
But the hunger of just the rhythm, like the algorithm, just stay in people's face.
Right. You really
You know
had
what I'm saying?
that.
Stay in people's face.
Yeah, you
so
had that down.
where are they at? Okay, they're gonna be here. It's Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, boom. There's
Right.
one there.
Yeah, you
Keep
were there.
making noise somewhere. Keep making noise somewhere.
Right.
Improv group, I'll take that. A little
Right.
bit of time over here, I'll take that. UCLA, open up for Martin, I'll take that. Open up for Chris Rock, I'll take that. I ain't gonna go over my time. I'm gonna do my good business. I ain't gonna shit off nobody. I want you to hire me again. Stay in front of them. So stay in there, stay on the short list. So when they call somebody, who can do this? Who can work this crowd? Who can Martin get along with? Do they get along with? So I learned how to keep relationships.
Yeah.
And I didn't try to go on and be like, I'm the headliner. No, motherfucker, I got 10 minutes, I got 10 minutes. I got
Right.
7 minutes, I got 7 minutes. I got
Right.
5, cut them down, whatever. Get
And
my goddamn check.
that's a big thing I've learned, and I'm still trying to really keep myself on, is respecting that time, because it's hard when you're up there and you might be doing well to feel the need to go over.
Well, people need to know this. I always tell people, because my thing is I'm in competition with you because I'm singing my own songs and you don't. I'm writing
Right.
my own. So your daddy stories
Right.
ain't my daddy stories.
Exactly.
Your sex stories ain't mine. If they are, you stole them. I know you stole my jokes.
Right.
You ain't got the same daddy in the military that did this at
Yeah,
the same time
yeah.
and dot. You know, so many people that took pieces of my stuff and
Yeah.
and made a career off of just one little bit.
Right. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
got a crazy military dad. You didn't have that in your act. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to mix him in and an uncle and it is. And, some people take somebody's handicap bit and now you got a handicapped person.
Right. Well, I think that's the thing that brings up a good point. What I tell people a lot is I don't like to do things that is something that's in the news or that everybody can be privileged to, because I don't mind it, but I mean, I just I know my family stories and my truth, like you're saying, nobody can really steal that from you as easily.
Right.
Instead of you're like, oh, I have this great Trump joke. You're like, wait, I have kind of a similar joke. You're like, wait, did you steal that? Like, no, it's parallel thinking, like it's,
Parallel thinking, but that's why improv was important. Because what's improv? Throw out your first thought, your second thought, your third thought.
Right,
What's your fourth thought? Because everybody's thinking that one.
right. The
And if
first thought is
everybody's
fuck, dirty.
or just the majority of the minds either gonna think that way or go that way. So the art of improv is to go another way with nobody, attack it from a different angle.
The misdirection, which helps for stand up, obviously.
Which can be the same thing, but how do you go about that? Saying that okay, everybody knows, instead of just saying Trump's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, say how can you say that in another way?
Right, exactly.
Now, you know what I mean? Because we
Trump
know
is
he
a
is.
slivering hot piece of steaming.
No, I mean, but if you
Doo-doo.
had a right,
Right.
and that's what people say. Well, how do you been around 30-something years and they would have canceled you back in the day? I'm like, nah, because I don't. Issues that I don't go along with. That's not in my life every day.
Right.
I don't talk about every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, transgender, the LBGTQ too. I'm not. I ain't around them all the time. I'm around them, but. They're not something that irks me every day. What irks me if they come into my DM and if you're a dude trying to, act like you want business and you trying to, then I'm gonna talk about that because don't be a fake dude. Trying to, get women's rights. No. Don't try to be getting into, pedophile stuff, wearing stuff and going into little girls or girls' bathrooms.
Yeah.
When I got a daughter. No. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you skip the fuck on and put on all the fucking makeup you want to.
Okay.
But just don't try to trap, trick, and fool somebody.
Yeah, I understand that.
And that's my only thing. But that's my only thing with a scam artist. That's my only thing for somebody who's a burglar.
Yeah.
Somebody who's supposed to be a good friend, but they ain't nothing but a fucking traitor or a seller.
Right.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I think
saying?
people
So
want
it's
some
the
at face
same
value.
hate or the same val I have for that person, I have for that person.
And what else I gonna say? So Def Jam. So tell people, how long did you host Def Jam for? And all the comedians who came through while you were there.
I was on, I think, 7 seasons. So
Damn, that's crazy.
so I didn't host, but I think one season by myself, and then I did a multi-season. I was trying to
And
get
so
away
they
from-
would switch up the host during.
No, Martin did the first 3, but it was grueling. Then I did 4, then I shared 5, and I think they did 6, 7 in LA or something like that. I was on 6, 7. But I was, I was trying to change my brand. I was moving, like the Chris Rock show was where I was taking Def Jam. And I was constantly telling them, man, it's dying out. It's doing this. Let's take it to that. And they took my idea and did the Chris Rock show with that. Because mine was going to call it Straight No Chaser. I talked about it.
Right.
I was always up at HBO Independent pitching shit. Just me and a DJ. Just me. Bring out a guest, talk. Bring out one comedian. Bring out a guest. We just talk and do.
Yeah, I
like
remember that.
Almost like our Arsenio show, but with the DJ and me and Kid Capri was gonna have that bat. Back and forth. And next thing you know, they did it with Chris Rock.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's you're fine. That's how the business is a lot of times.
Well,
too.
yeah.
It's like-
Everybody used to say, a lot of my ideas been on TV, and to the point one time, my man was
Well,
like,
Wild 'N Out
"You
was
need
a lot stolen from you
no.
guys and the Fat Comedy Players.
I mean, people take them and enhance them. We take them from different things and enhance them, but you can't give them the ingredients. I used to have I'd be at Kate Manalini's or out at my agent's office like once or twice a week with these ideas and leaving them there. We can't find that.
Right.
Or they take
it's a
them
bad
in,
idea, and they're like,
or this, that, and or they take them and do them with somebody else.
well, that's what I mean. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we'll do it.
Or we got something like that already.
Right, yeah, they love to say
Exactly
that
like
shit.
that. You
It's
like,
like, yeah,
what the
I hate
fuck?
that. You give a bomb idea, like, yeah, no, we have like 7 ideas just like that. I'm like,
And you're like, okay, then why'd you keep asking more about my shit?
what is that noise? Is that your phone?
Is that mine?
Oh, okay, no, I just didn't know if my
put it on
sound
mine.
effects. I think I have one.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? That's very similar to your phone.
It was
So,
going. It's a ring.
Do you wanna try and prank somebody again? We do that at the end of the show, but this has been a pretty.
Who was that last time we tried to do? Guy or no? Was it?
Last time we did Cameron, your son, and I mean
that's
he
right,
did
that's
pretty
right,
good.
that's
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know who you got this time. I
don't-
don't know if you want to cut that into this one.
I don't know. Oh, well, no, that one I don't think I got anyway. Or if you want to,
I thought you did. Okay.
No, I don't think. Well, we could just, we could just end it on that too. But Joe, I do want to say it was a pleasure having you on my podcast.
Amen.
Because you know what I mean. Just having your career, everything you've accomplished. Not a lot of people have even touched half the shit or will ever touch it because some of the people you've been in, worked with are now gone. So even like Michael Jackson, all that stuff. That's just very cool. To be able to reach that level because some of us might not ever reach that level, and it's for you. It's like coming out of St. Louis too. There's really not a lot of other people. You were doing all this shit before Nelly, before Sexy Red. You know,
Oh my God, Sexy Red. Yeah, that's yeah. Well,
what is it? Skeet. I mean, come on, man. It's like I mean, you know.
I've been blessed to be in the right place at the right, the right place at the right time. Sometime. I mean, I used to do warm up for a Living Color, warm up for Will.
Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Warm up for Will Smith show.
Right, right. What about
Prince
Life,
and
real
Tommy.
quick, before we get out? Anything about Life you want to tell people? Because that was kind of a classic.
No, I wasn't in Life. Guy was in Life.
Oh, I was.
Now, I can
thought
tell you
were,
why I
I thought
wasn't
you
in
were.
Life.
I thought you were in Life also.
I was
Okay,
supposed
my
to be
bad.
in Life, but I was on my cocky attitude then, and I was like,
How do you mean? Yeah.
yeah, because I was like, man, I'm gonna, because I didn't see Life. I didn't read it the way it was filmed. So
And
Ted,
you were
I
at
knew
that
Ted.
point, you're like,
I
I've
knew
done
Ted.
movies. This
no,
is
but I'm
not
saying,
good.
I'm like, I mean, I didn't know Eddie could pull off that acting part like that. I was like, I knew Martin could, but I wanted Martin part. I wanted a bigger part.
Got
I
it.
didn't know it was going to be all like that, and at that time, my name
Was that
my name
was that
out
movie
there.
a big success? I guess, or
For comedians to be in it and me just to take a part. So remember, I used to say I was at the point where just give me a part. You
Right,
did it.
yeah.
Then I got to the point where who am I in this? Because I just don't want to be in this silly shit. I'm trying to have my career go somewhere. And I'm trying to get known as as an actor,
A real actor. Yeah, I can understand
So let me
that.
do some acting in here instead of just I don't want to be here playing no nigga shit. And the way it was reading. I was getting a lot of just angry black man or black man roles where I'm like, okay, I'm never going nowhere if I'm playing a doctor or taking serious as a superhero.
right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Playing these roles like that, give me something with some teeth on it. And Ted was like, okay, well, you had the shot because I met with him a couple times about it. But I said, like, Guy just took the role and advanced it and did something with it. And sometimes you go through that now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, no, it's good though, man. But shit, I mean, it's all the journey,
Man, hey, same thing.
Damn marathon.
Yeah, well, hey, man, it is what it is. Show Me the Money was the same way. I was like,
What do you mean? Show me the money and Jerry Maguire?
yeah.
What you were supposed to? You were.
I was
trying to get that?
perfect for it, but they was telling me the way it read, the dude had to be like 6'4", and he was Michael Irvin height.
Right.
and
Is
da,
Cuba
da,
Gooding
da,
that
da.
tall?
No, but he was. That's what I said. He wasn't that tall, and I was an athlete. I'm like, I play football. This is what I do.
Right, right.
And I had been in on like a couple of roles where they just was like, oh man, you too short. You did Joe Torre. We thought you were taller than this. We need to be this tall.
I mean,
and some even with Sylvester Stallone, they want you. He need to be a certain height, bigger than you, or
Right,
taller
right.
than you.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise is
He's short, right? I mean, I heard they put him on like Apple boxes.
well, we're like the same height almost.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little tad taller. So they
Yeah,
was like,
it's really
"That's
about a
not
bigger
right."
head. You really notice people have big heads, but they're not very tall as you think.
No, but for camera wise, and for the way that role was written, he needed to be a certain height.
Right. But that's the one thing I do like about seeing people like Kevin Hart or whoever it is. I remember people would say he is too short. He will never be a leading man in a movie. And
Times have changed.
well, no, but not even that. But it's just like that's what I love about Hollywood is people will doubt you because whoever you are, however you maybe look, or you're not funny, whatever they say about you, and you can always defy those odds. It doesn't matter.
But it's fugazi. It's Hollywood. They make up their own, their own stories.
Yeah, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
But also they make up that thing. Oh, you're not this Hollywood. Then they write something against it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's a fugazi game. You know what I'm saying? No, we never did this, and then they do it.
Right.
Masterpiece. And it's like, you gotta set the shit up. Shut
Right.
up.
Yeah, hilarious.
We know never.
Now, Joe, tell everybody where they can find you.
Find me, man. You can find me down at the Five and Dime store, man. Playing ham bones for pennies. No, anyway.
Ham bones for pennies.
Ham bones for pennies. In Saudi Arabia, because pennies are $1 million.
Damn, it sounds like a blues song though. Ham bones for
Hand,
pennies.
I did have one, Bongos and Spoons.
Bongos and spoons, the name of the song.
Yeah, I was high when I was doing.
How does that go? Bongos
I was doing
and
this
spoons.
play one time. We were just high, smoking in a room, and we just came up with some, bongos and spoons, bongos and spoons.
Okay.
If you can play the spoons, I can play the bongos and spoons. And you find somebody how to play spoons.
Somebody white usually. I don't know. No. What the spoons probably came from black people, don't you think?
I don't know.
I'm such a racist.
Yeah,
Bongos
it came
and
from creative
spoons.
people.
Yeah,
And
creative
if they happen
people.
to be black,
They probably were.
which is 98% of should I say, humanity, then it's black people.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
Joe
Y'all
Torre-
just steal it.
we just steal it. Yeah, that's right. No, what about? I mean, that's that's what when I came into
what you're good at.
when I
That's
came
what
into
you're
the
good
Fat
at.
Comedy Players. That was pretty much It's interesting the level of how different I am now compared to when I came in because I was a level one kind of white guy, as I say, like 101, acclimating into black culture. And after years and years, from coming into the Comedy Store when I finally got into the group, and somebody's like, they had to have Guy come get me because they didn't believe that I was going back there, and but that I always loved just going through all of that stuff because that's what a lot more white people need to do is acclimate to black culture instead of it's always black people acclimating to white culture. I feel.
Well, I mean, I think it's not just the black culture. It's all.
It's all cultures. Yeah, I think it's
white
all
people.
cultures.
White people think that everybody need that.
To acclimate to what they would call American culture. And really, it's everybody needs to. No,
it's not the King's English.
Right. No. Yeah. Exactly. No, it's the King.
It's not the King English.
Yeah. You should really experience as many cultures as you can. That's what I love about LA, man, because we got the Mexican culture out here, which is the dominant culture. I mean, my son has a Latina girlfriend. You know what I mean? So it's like shit. That wasn't gonna happen in St. Louis.
I don't know where I read this at, or where it came from, but it was like before there was languages, everybody sounded the same. And that's why the Almighty Universe, or the Almighty, had to give everybody their own language, so everybody wouldn't have the same thought, and everybody could be more creative. Because if everybody spoke the same thing, then what would the world be like? You know what I'm saying?
Would be more boring for sure.
And you'd all be saying the same thing, and creativity would be on the same level.
There'd be no sexy Latina language, or maybe that would be the dominant language. I don't know.
But that's how powerful he is to let you. We're all saying the same thing. We're just saying it, through different instruments.
Yep.
Of hearing. You know what I'm saying? And as a comedian, I say that. Find your instrument when you're on stage. I'm a percussionist, so I'm going to play my drums. So if you don't play the drums, don't play the drums. You know what I'm saying? If you're a guitarist, you're a pianist, you know what I'm saying? You play the brass, you know what I'm saying? Find your rhythm on stage and then play your note. And then you don't have to be challenged. Now, some people can play the whole kit. Some people can play in the whole band.
Wow.
A lot of instruments and stuff. Jamie Foxx, Tommy Davis. Some people are just an entertainer. You know what I'm saying? Find out what your strength is. And if you got to be that country there, they're getting you on there, then do that there.
That's it. Wow. Very inspiring words from Mr. Joe Torre. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. This has been another excellent episode of Samson's World. You can follow me at Samson's World. Follow me on my TikTok. I'm trying to build that shit up. Follow Mr. Joe Torre, too, if you're not already. And thank you. We will see you guys next time. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm on TV.